hopefully being able to record this, even though it's only 10 minutes. I'm going to see what I can do about recording this to put it on my website to give you my picks for the week. So forgive me if I don't answer back to you. I am just not looking at the chat room right now. But if you do want to chime in, feel free. And after I'm done recording, I would be more than happy to get to anything that you guys were asking about if somebody does happen to come into the room. Okay, first off, we are going to go with the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. After the Falcons' loss last week, a lot of people are saying maybe they're not the team that I guess the people thought that they really were. They did get beat by the Eagles, but I mean, if you look at it in this aspect, there was absolutely there was just no way to stop Kevin Kolb. He was on his game. He looked great. So it's kind of hard to say. Are they the Falcons we thought they were, or weren't they? I believe that they are. I'm taking Atlanta over Cincinnati at home. Redskins and the Bears, definitely take the Bears. Donovan McNabb is still entirely too wishy-washy for my liking. I like the Bears in this one. As long as Cutler allows Forte to run the ball and doesn't do his Cutler-esque things, I think we're fine. The Bears take that one. Absolutely no problem. The Bears are, they do have a line. The line is 3, just in case you wanted to know. Philadelphia Eagles will travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. This one obviously is 2 teams with quarterback issues, both good and bad. If you look at it, Tennessee has 2 quarterbacks. Vince Young, who's hurt with a ankle sprain. Kerry Collins, little hurt as well, but he did come in and get the job done last week. Philadelphia, you have Kevin Kolb and you have Michael Vick. It's just a matter of who you like, who you don't like. Me personally, I thought it was wrong that Kevin Kolb's job was taken away from him in the first place. He had a bang-up game last week. He showed that he is the guy to start and to lead that team. They are 4-2, so are the Titans. However, I think Tennessee's defense is going to be too much for Kevin Kolb to handle. The Titans and Atlanta are 2 totally different teams, and I'm not quite sure if Kevin Kolb and that offensive line, because it's not even Kevin Kolb, but it's that offensive line. I'm taking Tennessee over the Eagles in Tennessee. The Jaguars are going down to Kansas City. Don't see this. This is a no-brainer. The Chiefs, even though it's a new stadium, it's still one of the loudest stadiums around. Jacksonville just can't get the job done. David Garrard can't stay upright as well. Maurice Jones-Drew didn't even have that great of a game last week. You kind of have to go with the Chiefs. That one also a no-brainer. Pittsburgh Steelers taking a trip to the MIA to hang out with the Finns. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not saying this because I'm a Steeler fan, but I'm saying this for one reason and one reason only. Between James Harrison and that defense, Chad Henne is not going to get the protection that he needs. He's not going to be able to make these long balls, these long throws down the field, to Brandon Marshall. I don't see it. And I'm not saying this as a Steeler fan. I'm saying this as a football guy. I don't see it happening. The Steelers definitely come away with a win down in Miami. Mendenhall, I'm guaranteeing you, is going to have a great day. Miami's not going to be able, whether they run Ronnie Brown or whether they run Ricky Williams, it's not going to matter. The Pittsburgh rushing defense does not allow a whole lot of yards. Just ask C.J. Johnson, or just ask Chris Johnson. He only had 34 with his meeting against the Steelers. The Brownies taking on the Saints. Hey, look, we were just talking about the Steelers. The Browns got crushed by the Steelers last week. They are going to New Orleans. Don't see it happening. Even with Colt McCoy, congratulations on your starting job. Too bad it took Jake Delhomme and Seneca Wallace to go down before you got the job. But congratulations. But you're going to have quite a game ahead of you. If you thought Pittsburgh was bad, wait till you see the Giants. The Rams going down to Tampa. Now, a lot of people are thinking that St. Louis will be able to pull this off with Sam Bradford and company. I'll be honest with you, this is one of my upset picks of the week. I'm taking Tampa at home, and that's the main reason why. It's a hostile environment. It tends to be real rough to play there. It's not always the easiest place to play. So we are definitely looking at that as far as why I'm picking Tampa. And I just think Josh Freeman is maybe due for a day, and why not against St. Louis? Their defense is not that great. San Francisco takes a trip down to Carolina. Now, if San Francisco would have lost this past Sunday, they would also have been 0-5. The Panthers are 0-5. The Niners are 1-5. Got their first win last week. So, this is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, you're talking about Jimmy Clausen, rookie quarterback. What can you say? I think San Francisco goes into Carolina, likes the momentum that they're carrying. Carolina is coming off a bye week. So, it's kind of a coin toss, if you want to say. San Francisco by 3 is my guess, and there you have it. The Bills are going to Baltimore. This is a no-brainer in itself. 0-5 Buffalo. Now, granted, the Patriots barely beat the Ravens. Now, as a Steeler fan, I want to thank the Ravens for doing that, but Buffalo doesn't have a prayer in HE double hockey sticks to even come close to winning this game. The Ravens are going to be pissed that they did get beat by the Patriots, one of the teams that you just don't like in the AFC. It is what it is. But the Ravens come out, and they'll be 5-2 at the end of this one. Take the Ravens over the Bills. The Cardinals and the Seahawks. Well, I took Seattle, and I only took them for one reason: home field. If it's worth 3, so be it. Maybe they'll only win by 3. But this is two teams at 3-2. I don't see anything magical happening this day. Kind of a game of the birds that nobody really wants to watch. But I'm taking Seattle on that one, if you have to know. Raiders take a trip to Denver. Now, don't ask me how or when this thing even became a rivalry. I lived in Colorado. I'm aware of it. And it's a little ridiculous because I still don't understand it. But it is what it is. Wait for it. The Raiders' starting quarterback is Kyle Bowler. So Kyle Bowler playing against the Denver Donkeys, as I like to call them. I don't see anything coming of fruition for Oakland. They've had a couple games. They are 0-3 on the road. It's kind of an easy pick. Denver definitely gets the win over the Oakland Raiders, in my opinion. Patriots and Chargers. Now, a lot of people think the Patriots, since they're coming off a big win from Baltimore, I wouldn't necessarily call it a big win. They won, but not a big win. And I think that the Chargers figure out a way to get it done. I think they finally get their heads out of their backsides. They are 2-0 at home. Keep that in mind. Patriots are 1-1 on the road. This is my other upset pick of the week. I'm taking San Diego definitely over the Patriots at home. Vikings at Green Bay. Now, look, this could very well be the last game that Brett Favre ever plays in Lambeau, so you kind of have to take that into consideration. That will play a big role. I'm taking Minnesota for the simple fact of 4 starters on IR, and you can't keep your quarterback upright. He's got 98 sacks, the most in the NFL out of any starting quarterback. Giants at Cowboys, kind of a no-brainer here as well. I know a lot of you think that the Cowboys are going to pull it off. I don't. The G-men take it, and I'm calling it right here. 21-10, the New York Football Giants will take down the Dallas Cowboys at Jerry World. I think that it's just a little bit too little, too late. I am Sports Guy Mike, and these are my NFL picks for this Sunday. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it.